The sound of a coffee grinder filled the air, accompanied by the soft hum of conversation and the occasional clinking of cups. The warm glow of the morning sun streamed through the large windows of Cafe Connections, a cozy corner cafe tucked away in a quiet part of Seattle. Behind the counter, a cheerful barista named Tom was preparing a cappuccino, humming softly to himself. He looked up and smiled at the camera. "Hey there. Welcome to Cafe Connections. My name is Tom, and I'm here to help. You feel at home while we learn some English together." Tom gestured around the cafe, pointing out the small tables, comfortable chairs, and a chalkboard menu hanging on the wall. "This cafe is special. People from all over the world come here, not just for coffee, but to share stories, make friends, and improve their English. And guess what? Today, you're part of that too." He leaned in closer, lowering his voice as if sharing a secret. "We're going to learn how to order something at a cafe, and maybe even meet someone new. But don't worry, I'll be here to guide you every step of the way." Tom paused, holding up a freshly brewed cup of coffee. "Before we start, don't forget to turn on the subtitles if you need them. And remember, repeat after me whenever you hear a new phrase. It'll help your pronunciation." He placed the cup on the counter and smiled warmly. "Ready? Let's get started." Tom glanced at the door just as it opened with a soft chime. A young woman stepped in, looking slightly nervous as she glanced around the room. "Ah," Tom said, nodding toward her. "Our story begins with her. Let me introduce you to Anna." The scene shifted to focus on Anna, her wide eyes scanning the cafe as she took a hesitant step inside. Anna took a deep breath as she stepped further into the cafe. The cozy atmosphere was inviting, with soft jazz playing in the background and the scent of fresh coffee filling the air. She clutched her small travel bag tightly, scanning the chalkboard menu hanging above the counter. Her eyes landed on a few familiar words: coffee, milk, sugar. But the rest of the menu seemed like a jumble of letters she couldn't quite piece together. Tom greeted her with his signature friendly smile. "Good morning. Welcome to Cafe Connections. What can I get for you today?" Anna hesitated, her cheeks flushing slightly. She opened her mouth to respond, but the words seemed stuck. Coffee," she muttered softly, barely audible. Tom leaned forward, his tone gentle and reassuring. "Take your time," he said with a smile. "No rush." Anna glanced nervously at the other customers, some chatting happily at their tables, others working on laptops. She tried again, this time speaking a little louder. "Coffee, milk, please. That's a great start." Tom said, nodding encouragingly. "Would you like sugar with that?" Anna froze for a moment, replaying the words in her head. She recognized the word sugar, but the rest of the sentence sounded fast. "Sugar?" she repeated, unsure. Tom nodded, holding up a small container of sugar cubes. "Yes, sugar. Would you like some?" Anna gave a small smile, finally understanding. "Yes, sugar," she said, her voice growing a little more confident. Tom quickly prepared her order, speaking as he worked. So you'd say, "Can I have coffee with milk and sugar, please?" It's polite and easy to remember. He placed the steaming cup on the counter and slid it toward her. Anna repeated slowly, "Can I have coffee with milk and sugar, please?" "Perfect," Tom said, giving her a thumbs up. "You did great." Anna couldn't help but smile as she picked up her cup. She found a small table by the window, her confidence growing slightly as she sipped her drink and watched the life of the cafe unfold. Anna sat at her table, the warmth of the coffee cup grounding her as she tried to process the new phrases Tom had just taught her. She could still feel a bit of nervousness bubbling inside, but her first successful order in English gave her a small boost of confidence. As she looked out the window, lost in thought, Tom approached her table with a friendly smile. He carried a small notepad and pen in his hand. "Hi again. How's your coffee?" he asked. Anna smiled shyly. "Good, thank you," she replied, her accent making her words slightly hesitant. Tom nodded. "You're doing great, Anna. Can I sit here for a minute?" he asked, motioning to the chair across from her. Anna hesitated, but then nodded. "Yes, please." Tom sat down and placed the notepad on the table. "You know," he began, "a lot of people who come here feel the same way you do, nervous about speaking English. But the best way to learn is to keep practicing. How about we practice together now?" Anna's eyes widened slightly, but she nodded again. "Okay." Tom flipped open the notepad and wrote down a simple phrase. "Can I have?" He turned it toward Anna and said, "This is a really useful question. You can use it, not just for coffee, but for many things. For example, can I have a sandwich, please? Or can I have some water?" Anna repeated the phrase slowly. "Can I have a sandwich, please?" "Perfect," Tom said with an encouraging grin. "Now let's try something else." He wrote the phrase, "Would you like?" and showed it to her. This is a good way to offer something to someone. For example, "Would you like sugar?" or "Would you like a napkin?" Anna tried it out. "Would you like sugar?" "Yes." "Great job," Tom replied, nodding. "You're getting the hang of this." Anna hesitated for a moment, then said, "Would you like coffee?" Tom laughed warmly. "I would, but I think I've had enough coffee for today." The two shared a laugh, and Anna's shoulders relaxed as she felt more at ease. Tom stood up and said, "Keep practicing. I'll come back in a bit to see how you're doing." As Tom walked back to the counter, Anna began whispering the new phrases to herself, trying them out with different combinations. Anna was still practicing quietly when she heard a cheerful voice nearby. "Hi there. Do you mind if I sit here?" She looked up to see a woman about her age, carrying a tray with a cup of tea and a muffin. The woman's warm smile put Anna at ease. Anna hesitated but managed to respond, "Yes, please, sit." The woman set down her tray and extended her hand. "I'm Sarah," she said. Anna shook her hand lightly. "I'm Anna. Nice to meet you, Anna," Sarah said, settling. into her seat. She glanced at Anna's notepad, where the phrases Tom had written were still visible. Are you learning English? Anna nodded. Yes, I practice. That's great. Sarah replied, her tone encouraging. You're doing really well. I know how hard it is. I had to learn Spanish when I was traveling in South America. Anna's eyes lit up. You learned Spanish? Yes, Sarah said. It was challenging, but practicing with people really helped me. Do you want to practice some English with me? Anna nodded eagerly. Yes, I want. Sarah smiled and pointed to Anna's cup. What are you drinking? She asked. Anna paused for a moment, then answered, I drink coffee. With milk and sugar. Nice, Sarah said. You can also say, I'm drinking coffee with milk and sugar. Anna repeated, I'm drinking coffee with milk and sugar. Perfect, Sarah said. Now, let me tell you about my drink. I'm drinking tea with honey. Do you like tea? Anna thought for a moment. Yes, I like tea. But coffee is better. She giggled at her own answer, and Sarah laughed along. That's a great sentence, Sarah said. You're doing so well. She picked up her muffin and asked, Do you want some? Anna shook her head but tried the phrase Tom had taught her earlier. No, thank you. But would you like sugar? Sarah laughed. No, I think my tea is sweet enough, but thank you. The two women continued chatting, with Sarah gently correcting Anna's sentences and teaching her new words. Anna's confidence grew with every exchange, and soon she found herself smiling and laughing as they talked. As their conversation went on, Sarah said, You're doing amazing, Anna. Remember, the more you practice, the better you'll get. And you already sound great. Anna felt a sense of pride and accomplishment. Thank you, Sarah. You helped me a lot. Sarah smiled warmly. Anytime. That's what friends are for. After Sarah left, Anna felt a mix of excitement and accomplishment. She had just spoken with someone in English for the first time without feeling completely lost. As she sipped the last of her coffee, Tom returned to her table, carrying his notepad again. Hey, Anna. I saw you talking to Sarah. You were amazing out there, he said with a big smile. Anna blushed. Thank you. She helped me practice. That's the best way to learn, Tom said, pulling up a chair. Now, let's go over some of the phrases you've learned today. He flipped to a blank page in his notepad and began writing. Okay, first, let's practice ordering. Imagine you're back at the counter. What would you say if you wanted coffee with milk and sugar? Anna hesitated for a moment, then said, Can I have coffee with milk and sugar, please? Perfect. Tom said, underlining the phrase on the notepad. Now, let's try offering something to someone. If Sarah asked, Do you want some tea? What could you say? Anna thought for a moment. No, thank you. I like coffee more. Tom chuckled. Close. You could say, No, thank you. I like coffee better, but you're very close. Try it again. Anna repeated. No, thank you. I like coffee better. Great. You're really improving, Tom said. He flipped the notepad to another page with a list of simple phrases. What do you like? I like. Would you like? Can I have? Now, he said, pointing to the list, let's make it a little more fun. I'll say something, and you respond. Ready? Anna nodded, her determination returning. Tom began the mini challenge. What do you like to drink in the morning? I like coffee, Anna said. Good. Now, ask me the same question, Tom prompted. What do you like to drink in the morning? Anna asked, piecing the sentence together carefully. I like tea, Tom replied, giving her a thumbs up. Okay, here's another one. Would you like some sugar in your coffee? No, thank you, Anna answered quickly, then added, I already have sugar. Fantastic, Tom said. You're sounding more and more confident. Let's do one more. Can I have tea with lemon, please? Anna pretended to hold a notepad like a server and responded, Yes, you can. 1 tea with lemon. Tom laughed. That's perfect. You could also say, Sure, 1 tea with lemon coming up. Anna repeated, Sure, 1 tea with lemon coming up. Excellent work, Tom said, closing his notepad. Now, here's a challenge for you. The next time you order something, try using one of these phrases without hesitating. Practice makes perfect. Anna nodded eagerly. I will try. Thank you, Tom. Tom smiled warmly. You're doing great, Anna. Remember, every small step you take brings you closer to fluency. The soft hum of the cafe continued as Anna sat quietly, her mind replaying the phrases she had learned throughout the day. The warm buzz of accomplishment filled her chest as she looked around. The cafe, once an intimidating space full of unfamiliar sounds and words, now felt more like a safe haven. Tom, back at the counter, caught her gaze and gave her a thumbs up. His encouragement had made a huge difference, and she was starting to believe she could handle learning English, one phrase at a time. Gathering her belongings, Anna stood and approached the counter. This time, her steps were steady and her nerves were in check. Tom greeted her with a bright smile. Heading out? He asked. Anna nodded. Yes, but... She hesitated before continuing. Can I have a sandwich to go, please? Tom's grin widened. Absolutely. Great job, Anna. What kind of sandwich would you like? Anna glanced at the menu, her confidence growing. Tuna sandwich, please. You got it, Tom said, quickly preparing her order. As he wrapped the sandwich and handed it to her, he added, You did fantastic today. Remember to keep practicing. The more you use English, the more natural it will feel. Anna took the sandwich and smiled. Thank you for helping me. I will practice more. Anytime, Tom replied. And don't forget, Cafe Connections is always here if you need a friendly place to practice. Anna nodded and turned toward the door, feeling a surge of pride in herself. As she pushed it open, the soft chime sounded again, signaling a new chapter not just in her day, but in her journey to learning English. Outside, the city was alive with sounds, conversations, footsteps, the distant honking of a car horn. For the first time, Anna didn't feel overwhelmed. She felt ready. She took a deep breath and whispered to herself, Can I have coffee? With milk and sugar, please?" A small smile crossed her lips as the words flowed naturally. Anna walked down the street, her sandwich in hand and her heart full of hope. This was just the beginning, and she was ready to face it, one phrase at a time.